Let's see if I can get this going here. Now, we're going to be something new today. I am a Stegosaurus. That's essentially what we're doing. I'm going to sneeze really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Alright, so we've got our dinosaur. We're making our dinosaur. Now we're going to make him a little, oh, what's the word? A little monotone. Alright, now what are we going to name our Stego? You know what, let's check the randomizer. What do they think we should name him? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Huh. There we go. Alright, now we've got our Stego. And we are in the tutorial cave. There we go, we did it, look at us. We're an egg. We made it out of the egg. Alright, let's go find this berry bush over here to eat from. Oh, look at us go, we're going. Oh, we're going. Yum. Oh my gosh, look, it's Queen. Hi Queen, how you doing? It's a bit early this morning, so I'm whispering, but just bear with me a bit. Try not to wake anybody up. Probably just, there we go. The microphone over here a little bit. Try not to breathe directly into it, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, we're drinking water. Uh-huh. Don't you worry, game. I know about this stuff. Open chat. Okay, alright, so we've got these mushrooms. And we have to deliver them over to this cave. Not my quest menu. Thank you. Press the button to use my ability. Perfect. Joining a group? That's a dangerous idea. Whoops. There we go. Begin our journey. Okay, bet. Alright, let's do it. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, I'm doing good. I know. It's early this morning. We're streaming. I have the day off today just for a short break from work. So I figured I'd make the most of it and be a dinosaur for a little bit. I've got some other plans going on later today, so I am going to stream later. But I'm going to have to make some phone calls in between that. And we paid our local garbage service to take one of our air conditioners because they broke. But it turns out that somebody took it overnight. And that when Illa got home from work, it was already gone. So I'm gonna have to give them a call and be like, hey, you know, can I get a refund for this? Because I had to pay him extra money to take it. But so far, so good. We're a baby Stegosaurus, making our way through the world. Those are footsteps. Or maybe... No, I thought those footsteps were right next to me. It looks like I'm okay. Looks like I'm okay. Oh my gosh, what have you done? What have you done? I appreciate you. Queen's over here saying, well, we're just gonna break the snake this morning. It's okay. Yeah, yeah. Worst comes to worst, it wasn't a whole big amount of money, so I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried at all. Okay, looks like we've done all we can do here, so I'm gonna head over to this home cave. Just a wee little guy. There we go, we got some location growth. Yep. Alright, and we've got the wind. Do we hear anything on the wind? Not yet. Oh, I'd say that. That's a critter sound. I think we can run away from critters. We should be okay to do that. Okay. We're almost to the home cave. I check my map a lot, so I apologize in advance. Oh yeah, we can make this. This will be fine. Yep. Perfect. To the home cave. You know what, this is probably the safest place to lay down. Tell you what. Because players coming out of the home cave cannot attack you. And, well, maybe I'm just a little bold. There we go, we made it to the home cave. Yeah, don't you go making a habit of breaking me here, alright, I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared for that at all. Okay, yeah, so that's good. We did the home cave quest. No players near the home cave. Oh dear, okay, alright. I see that laughter. I see that laughter. The mischievous laughter of a good friend. Ooh, yes. Here's our succulents that we need. This will be great. But yeah, I looked at my official roster and I'm just like, I don't have a Stego. I need to fix that. I need one. It's a requirement. So I'm gonna see what I can do. Something's over there. It was a little bit more than what I bargained for. Well, I hear the critters. There's definitely critters running around. Let's head this way. What are you doing? Hey, hold on a second. What? What do you think you're doing? You crazy lady? My goodness. You know, that I don't even know. I don't even know. I mean, thank you. I can at least say that, but I was not prepared for this. You know, like I don't even have the ads turned on. Like I don't know what that'll do. Oh, but Twitch still runs ads. No, I ended up turning my ads off a long time ago because I didn't feel like my streaming content was in a place where ads felt appropriate. And to be fair, I'm not in it for the money anyways. I'm just using this as an outlet to share the silly things that happen to me in video games with my friends. No? Okay. I thought I heard a dinosaur. But yeah, so I really appreciate that. Thank you. A level 2 hype train? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. My goodness. Okay, there should be some rocks over here. Well, I don't typically use the charge tail all that much. I might not actually pick it up. If you'd believe me. So I'm normally just a regular tail swing kind of guy. And I don't want to have to worry about pressing the second button. Just Stego does one thing and it goes eh. That's what it does. It goes eh. Did I hear that right? Okay, we've got one ear off the headset. Where is the cat? I don't see the cat anywhere. I'm sure he's behaving. He's really good at behaving. but I thought I heard a sound. I did hear a sound. Yeah? What you doing, Mr. Tom? What you do, be? Meow? Yeah? You wanna say hi to all the nice people watching us? No, not quite. Okay. Yeah, it's early morning for him, which means he's liable to do anything from zoomies to taking another nap. Yeah, so we're continuing here with the death caps on our Stego. And we're doing relatively well here, you know, we're running through these quests. We're almost halfway through Juvenile because of the home cave quest. Location growth is also playing a big factor in that. So far so good. Okay, map size. We haven't been to too many places on the map just yet. That's okay. We don't need to be a globetrotter. We just need to see... Oh, no, 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 no. Nope, nope, I'm not turning around. Nope, no turning around. Big turtle. And I have no incentive to kill it. Share my hype train rewards in the chat. I don't even know what that means. My goodness. You're a treat. I mean, don't know what I did to deserve this, but you're over here breaking my brain this morning. I get emotes from hype trains? Okay. Well, what did I get? That's what I got. I got emotes from a hype train. Oh my goodness. What is that little thing? Oh, that's a person eating a lot of stuff. Oh. For some reason, I thought that was like a dinosaur doing something. No, it's just a person inhaling food. Wait a minute, where did they get that picture of me? Yeah. Yeah, where did they get that emote of me eating all the food? Because I do that. Alright, this is a good spot to stop for some water on our journey. Look at us go. Almost halfway through Juvenile already. Drinking water, eating, well, we haven't eaten anything since the tutorial cave, but we'll get there. It'll be okay. Alright, now the easiest way down is actually over here on the left. We'll come at the lake sponge from the left side over here. As long as I don't get stuck on these rocks. My goodness, getting stuck on these rocks is kind of silly. You're playing Ark, oh my gosh. You know, I've thought about streaming Ark every once in a bit, but I haven't quite started yet. Yeah, I haven't streamed Ark since I played it back on my Xbox like last year. And I had to stop because my save got corrupted. Like I died and my entire save wiped itself, even though like, you know, there's no setting for that. All of my dinosaurs were gone, everything was gone, it was kind of crazy. I was not mentally prepared and you know, I just quit. I'm like, nope, we're stopping. This is it. This is the end of the run. Yeah, I know, right? Interesting. Well, that's cool to hear. Oh, hi! I don't know who you are, but hello, you have the goat with the glasses. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I found some mods off the mod manager that I want to try out for that game, and I think it'll be pretty cool because I've never played with mods before. So that'll be an interesting experience. All right, now I'm looking for lake sponge. Oh, we got some right here. Oh, the game's gonna make me swim. All right, yep. You know what? I'm still little enough. I understand. You know what? We swim in circles here. Go, go, go. Yeah, I don't really plan on paying for mods. Not that I don't believe in the work that people put out, but I'm not quite in a spot where I feel comfortable doing that yet. Or I'm not even sure if I ever will, but you know, it's one of those things where I kind of want to try it before I would commit to anything. There we go. We got some extra marks there. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I could never play officials on Arc. I don't have the time or the patience to do that. And, no shade to anybody who does. I respect that level of patience. It is quite something to be able to do that. But it's just not my thing. Not my thing. You know what? I'm talking a little bit here. Here we go. Had to get some water. Need to make sure that I keep everything hydrated because I'm going to be doing a lot of talking today and I need to make sure that I can talk and talk and talk and talk. So, gotta make sure to stay hydrated, you know, keep all the moving parts well oiled like a well oiled machine. Not that I'm a machine, I'm a person. And being a person, you gotta take care of yourself. And water helps with that. So, yeah. Yeah, really. Ooh, my main dinosaur. I don't play officials a lot. I'm used to playing community servers where they've got modded dinosaurs. And so one of my main dinosaurs is actually one of the modded ones. I picked I pretty much picked the modded Para as my main dinosaur. He doesn't come out as often as he used to, but I just they really did a good job designing that mod, and I really like how it plays. It doesn't feel too crazy. It actually feels like it's been balanced. It's been what's the word? Kind of brought down more to the baseline over the past couple of years. It doesn't feel as crazy as some of the other mods do. So it's just, I really like it. Uh, yeah, I'm not that. I have mixed opinions on official. For me, it can go either way. I think that, the biggest selling point for community servers at the moment is really just the mods and the creativity that the server owners get. But official definitely has a place. It's normally not my place. This is kind of like if I had to equate officials to something, give it an analogy, it feels like the Beyond section in Bed Bath and Beyond. It feels like that place where I don't really go here a lot. I don't really know what's out here. I'm not well versed in officials land, but I could guide you through a community server 10 ways to Sunday. Tell you what, I have seen some stuff and been through some stuff over the years that I feel uh, pretty well experienced in the community server scene. Ooh, rest at the target location. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I know that there have been a couple community servers that try to advertise like that, but I'm just thinking if I wanted to go play official, I would just go play official. So that selling point really isn't my thing, but I respect, that space is there for people who want it. And that's another thing that I love about community servers is that it kind of gives people. I'm waiting till this quest is done because I don't know if I'm louder than this quest notification. Okay, there we go, we did it. But yeah, no, I really appreciate that community servers give that kind of creative ability. It's like, hey, you want to have a server that's like, officials with maybe some stat changes, or hey, you want to have a community server with mods, or if you want to run your own curve overrides for dinosaurs to try and do your own custom balancing, like that's a thing, and people do that. Um, like I've played on community servers where they've got, the base dinosaurs, about like 10, 15 different mods, and they've got curve overrides, out of, for almost every single dinosaur trying to balance the entire roster together to make them fair to play. And it's really just that kind of freedom and creativity that I love about community servers where, you know, sure, you've got different types of community servers. Like, you've got a couple realism servers out there. You've got the semi-realism, which I mean, even that category has so much range to it. That category is so broad, it's kind of crazy. You've got PvP deathmatch servers. You've even got player versus environment servers out there, which, it's a good place for players who are kind of fatigued by PvP, or they're not quite, they haven't quite gotten the hang of it, or maybe they're just looking to explore the map and learn what the maps are first. It kind of gives um, a lot of opportunities for players to the uh, find the server that's right for them, because there's hundreds, if not thousands, community servers out there. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone, and I really like that. Now, to be fair, the official experience, I feel like it's improved over the years. It doesn't feel, what's the word? It doesn't feel as punishing as it used to. Because dying in officials, you used to lose like a quarter to half your growth stage when you died, and like half the marks you had. It was kind of crazy. Yeah, yeah. Some of the stats for the dinosaurs, especially like Sarko's clamp, it I think it has a hard cap on how much combat weight you can move. And then, of course, you can change the combat weight in a curve override. So, like, if you want the combat weight to be higher, you can change it. It wants me to go to Ripple Beach. I was just here. What are you talking about? Easiest 25 seconds of growth I think I've ever got. My goodness. Defeat the dangerous critter. Um, I'm not even out of juvenile yet, game. What are you talking about? Defeat a dangerous critter. You're crazy. But yeah, I've always been a person where if I had to make content for a game, or if I had to make a game, I'm all about options and letting people choose what they want. I'm just a big fan of having options. Okay, cool, cool. We made it here. We're drinking the water. And we gotta collect some flowers. Okay, yeah, we can do that. That's not hard. It's not crazy. We can do this. And if I was gonna get clamped, I would have been clamped already. Plus, I mean, this little pond is so remote. Like, who's gonna sit here on their Sarco waiting for people? It wouldn't be me. You couldn't catch me doing it. Oh yeah. No, I keep saying that, okay, I thought I heard footsteps in the water. I was really confused there for a second. Um, at least footsteps that weren't mine. But no, I lost my train of thought. Alright, we're gonna go for the clams. Oh, okay, I found my train of thought. Really? Well, you know, that I guess I don't really know what to expect from officials since it's been so long since I've played officials. I don't it's kind of like I have to be in a mood to play officials because I don't really gravitate here. So it's more or less what do I think I can handle? So far so good though. I haven't actually I'm not gonna comment because the moment I say something, the game's gonna be like, here's a player who has just decided to spawn in just because you said something. Like, don't, I think the biggest thing for me as someone who normally plays solo or someone who normally plays in small groups, oops, sorry about that, I heard that. Uh, the biggest thing for me that I seem to struggle with on officials are like the large groups or, even just coming from community servers, I'm used to carnivores and herbivores being separated, which doesn't really happen on officials. I've heard that the issues around like the mix packing and the mega packing haven't really been addressed yet, which is probably the biggest reason I really just haven't played officials all that much because I'm not I'm not good enough by myself to really be able to deal with groups like that yet. So I would say, oh, there is somebody out here. Oh, look at that. Oh, thank you for the follow. That's so kind. That is so very kind. But yeah, I haven't quite figured out how to deal with groups like that. And I mean, I'm not a, I'm not too silly. Like if I find out or if I get a group and they kill me on like one side of the map, I'm not gonna go running back there. I'm not gonna try and prove a point. I'm normally more of the hey, I'm either questing and I'm growing and I've got stuff to do, or I'll really just kind of go off and do my own thing. I'm not too worried about revenge killing or anything crazy like that. Especially if I'm playing an herbivore. There ain't no way I'm getting anywhere on it quick on an herbivore. Well, then again, we've done a pretty good job here this morning, just kind of getting around. So maybe I'm just not, intentionally wanting to to be combative on my herbivore. I can hold my own pretty good, but it really depends on the matchups. Oh, no, that alarm doesn't need to go off. There we go. Yeah, no, the game's really open-ended like that. The core, what is it? The core gameplay loop is still really centered around surviving, growing, hitting adult. So once you hit adult, it's kind of making your own fun and kind of just seeing what you can get into. I would be interested to see, if they added anything past that, what would it look like? How would they change the gameplay to try and incentivize players to not, do anything, what's the words? Do anything that they're not envisioning for the core gameplay loop. And I'm just like, I wonder what that would look like. Do they add a growth stage past adult? Like, do they add, like special abilities or modifiers that you get based on the activities that you do? Oh, it depends on the herbivore. It really depends. I've seen plenty of territorial herbivores. Somebody just used this waystone. That's kind of awkward. Like I've seen bison and moose. Oh my gosh, especially like hippos. Dude, hippos are nasty. You don't want to mess with hippos. So yeah, in a general sense, lots of herbivores are prey animals that, can and oftentimes do get hunted. But there's also definitely some notable exceptions where you're if in the wrong place in the wrong time, you will get rocked. Plus, we're also talking about dinosaurs, and there's a lot of stuff we still don't know about dinosaurs. We've learned some stuff over the past couple, 200 years, but we still don't know everything. And honestly, I doubt we'll ever know truly everything about dinosaurs. So all of this comes with an air of skepticism and an admittance that we don't quite have all the answers. So games like this are really kind of like a best adaptation of the knowledge that we have so far. They sometimes I forget that. Okay, that sounds like a packy. What you don't know won't hurt you. Alright, I wasn't expecting Hoodoo to be busy. I should have known better given that we're right next to salt flats. Yep, yep. But honestly, even with what we know so far, they're still pretty cool animals. Still pretty, like, could you imagine living in a world with a Stegosaurus? That'd be kind of crazy. That would definitely be something that is, what's the word? Something very different than what I would imagine to be. Now, let me tell you what, humanity's crazy enough that we would probably try to hunt carnivores to their extinctions, as we've done with many, many species over our time here. I wouldn't be surprised to see that kind of thing at all from humanity, where we're very, what's the word? we're very we like to flex our abilities a lot. So if we're able to interact with the world around us, it typically history seems to suggest that we interact with the world where we can in ways that benefit us. But yeah. Now, mind you, I think that in the last, what I would say the last 100 years, we've gotten really, what's the word? We've gotten really introspective about how, our actions affect the world around us, and it feels like we're trying to be more mindful stewards of the world that we live in. Definitely some room for improvement. Obviously we're not perfect, but I feel like we're making better decisions and over time, and I feel like that's really that gives me hope for the future. But that's a bit that sounds like a hat's noise. I feel like I'm entering dangerous territory. Uh, but that's enough about the big high-level esoteric stuff. I'm here to play dinosaur games. But I appreciate this line of conversation that we've gone down so far this morning. The water. Yes, people have drank the water. Makes sense because, well, water is needed, and there's not a lot of fresh water on this map. They kind of just put them in big clumps around the map, and people tend to congregate around where the fresh water is because of it. Alright, we're gonna head away from here, especially because I don't feel like assisting with that recharge quest. I feel like I'm gonna become a target for a bigger, scarier dinosaur that needs food. And I'm gonna wrap around the north side of the salt flats. I feel like that's a good place for me to start. Oh, look at that. I am always pleasantly surprised by Twitch emotes. I seem to find them the more and more that we go. But yeah, so far so good here. We seem to be growing really well. We've done both the home cave and the waystone quest, so we've gotten pretty much all of our free growth out of the way. And we're doing pretty well questing around here. Let's see, keeping a... Okay, that's 100% a packing noise. Anno noise does not go that long, and it doesn't have the snort. That's a Titan? Okay, alright, yeah. The middle of Salt Flats sounds like a bad place to be. Glad we're not sticking around. Alright, well, the world around us gets crazier and crazier, and we control how we react to it. I could probably... it depends. I could probably hold my own against a Titan, but Stego is lacking in that matchup. It doesn't have... Like, let me go through here. It don't have a lot of options. Ooh, we can unlock long distance runner. Nice. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of like distinct hide options to choose from. I imagine Stego's gonna get a voice call with its TLC, but I have no idea what that's gonna do. What I would like to see, I would actually like to see it get a voice call, kind of like the Titans, where it would reduce bleed healing for something that you are fighting. Because Stego's been a bleeder for as long as I can remember. So it would be nice to see the Stego really lean into that bleed play style that it has. I think that would be super cool to see. Of course, this is all 100% speculation, and I have no knowledge about what the TLC for Stego is going to look like, but I imagine they're really going to try and break out what it is that it does. And at the moment, what it does is it's hefty, you know, it's on the heavier side of the gameplay, and it does a lot of bleed. So, yeah, especially in terms of going up against something like Tyrannotitan, which is one of the newer dinosaurs on the roster, and it has a lot of optimization and abilities, and for lack of better words, it has a lot of options that allow it to really diversify itself. Alright, I feel like I'm overstaying my welcome, but at the same time, I want to at least grab one quest while we're here. So I'm trying to see if we can't nab one more pile of roots before we make an escape. Oh yeah, no, they're they're a solid tier 4. They're not quite apexes yet. But their combat weight, I think they're 4,000 or something. Like they're definitely along the lines of the Suko in terms of carnivore herbivore comparisons. Is where I'd put it, if not slightly higher on that list, because the herbivore list is a lot more, it feels a lot more stratified, where there seems to be like a bunch of larger herbivores, and there's like a couple in the middle, and then there's maybe, what, the Struthi and the Campto are the two that I would say are quote unquote the smaller options. Okay, we need to be careful here. Need to be very careful here. I hear footsteps. Probably people just moving to and from the home cave. Alright, we're going to crouch to try and make our footsteps quieter here as we snake our way to the home cave, because we need to get there ourselves. We just got long distance runner, and I kind of want to put that ability on. It's going to help us maximize our stamina while we're sprinting. Yeah, I don't know if comparative abilities are what I want. Well, everybody wants different things. I think really what I would love to see for herbivores is that they don't try and make all the stegosaurids do the same thing. Like, sure, have some group buffs, have some, hey, and I know they already have it to a degree, where, like, if you have a group of all stegosaurs, they take, like, less damage from each other or less status effects from each other, which is nice. I'm not opposed. Uh, I think that's a really cool balance thing, or a really cool, like, thing to do. But I'm not, yeah, we don't need the other diet. I think essentially what I'm the most worried about, though, is that the TLCs that they'll give for, well, actually, lots of the herbivores have already had their TLCs. Um, but what game are you playing? Herbivores dominate carnivores and officials? Oh, no. I think that, let's see. Really, the biggest thing that I'm worried about in terms of like gameplay changes and balancing is that I don't want all of the dinosaurs to feel the same. I want to make sure that you get a different experience playing Stego versus playing a Marg versus playing Bars, which I think they've done a really great job on, because they're all dinosaurs. Like even Miragaya and Kentro are different. And those are all dinosaurs that pretty much use their tail to fight to a degree. A Marg has a stomp, a Marg has like a neck swing, but that's honestly, it's not, what's the word? It's not too far outside of what I would see for dinosaurs in terms of like gameplay and ability configurations. But I mean, I also can't complain because this is my favorite dinosaur game. I have played. Oh, well, yeah, I miss herbivores biting as well because I understand why they took it away for combat reasons, but at the same time, it was kind of cool to see them have that option. I would rather have an option be available and do less than to see it be removed entirely. But that's very much my personal opinion. And to be fair, if you had this big old thing trundling along as an adult sprinting at you, being able to bite, that would be a very interesting time. Oh yeah, that would be cool. I'm very interested to see what the direction they take with it because I know a while ago, like it got, new hide abilities and new things to help it. But those were more quality of life changes and those were years ago by now. So in terms of like a TLC proper, yeah, I would suspect that they give it a semi-Titan treatment where it really just leans into being a bleeder and throws its weight around. And probably with it being the big Stego, with it being the largest Stegosaurid on the playable roster, I wouldn't be surprised if they give it abilities and voice calls that promote group play. Because this game, and probably one of my biggest concerns about this game at the current moment, there is no real focus or I don't want to say option because I know that they've gotten a couple abilities for it in some dinosaurs, but it's just like solo play does not feel like it's getting as much support as group play does, and I'm just concerned that all of the things they do for promoting group play is going to make solo play either really difficult or near impossible to do. And I hope I'm wrong. One more water break. Uh, but yeah, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that they give every dinosaur, some kind of set of abilities or some kind of build to be able to engage in both group and solo play. And I think that as long as they give players options like that, all of the dinosaurs will be in a fine spot. Okay, we don't have a high activity notification for this area. It's silly for me to assume that nobody's here. There's never nobody. But I feel like we've definitely gotten away from the louder area of the map that is Salt Flats and Big Quill. A defensive bone break. I know that, let's see, I know Anno has I think it's either a sense or a hide ability where as you attack them, you take fracture damage. Essentially kind of like you're trying to punch a rock. Yeah, I know that carnivores have group-specific abilities, like the Rex being the big Tyrannosaur on the team or on the roster outside of Titan. It has the group buffs for player damage, where the vocal calls give damage buffs to you and your other members in your group within a certain radius. I should be careful about sprinting. My footsteps are getting louder. Hey, we're almost adolescent though. Look at that. Right, I'm on. Yeah, we're almost adolescent. I'm on the right one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I know, yeah, Frilled Bond gives them a damage buff as well for the Ceratopsians. Let's see, here's the Amanitas. You know, I wouldn't know that those were there if I didn't walk past them. They blend in really well with that grass. Where am I on the map? I am north of where I need to be. I almost skipped this entire little rock cluster entirely. Oh yeah, this will be fine. Because these are groups of 9, that's 18, 27. Yeah, we've got enough rocks here. Actually, we've got some extra rocks here. But yeah, I think that as long as they give people options for group and solo play, I think everything will be fine. Man, they really want me to keep that Waystone quest. I'm not even in the zone anymore. I think that's a bug. I don't think that's intended. Because normally that quest would be gone, you know, a good 2-3 times over by now. That's a person. It's an Aquilo. You are not adult. Or maybe you are. Either way, I don't plan on sticking around. I'm good. I don't want to be someone else's meal. Either that, or they could be in a Discord group scouting for their friends, and I don't want to be. Don't want to be the next target, if I can help it. I have a very low level of trust for players, I find, on officials. And I don't think it's a personal thing. I think it's just, you know, what people talk about, the issues that they... Not that I should take the subreddit in any version of an authoritative source, because it's everybody throwing their opinions and concerns and wants and desires into a single place. But just when I hear trends about, hey, you know, there's a lot of people going around in Discord calls with their friends, you know, using that to communicate and then coordinating in game, I'm like, well, you know, that makes sense, right? Because I'm playing on PC and I'm like, I don't have like an Xbox social tab, or I don't have like the PlayStation network to coordinate with friends. So really for PC players, how do you do that? Because I'm like, you're not going to go use TeamSpeak. You're not going to go use Skype. Like those things aren't really there anymore. So Discord is a very easy, available software to use for team play and coordination. However, when you get like groups of 200, 300, maybe even up to 1,000 people in like a really big community that go around and coordinate and play and do all the crazy stuff with each other, I don't typically have a problem with that. I think my biggest concern is that when you see that behavior used to like, oh, we're gonna roll in and we're gonna take over a server, and it's gonna be whenever we say goes. I think that's really the kind of behavior that I look at and I'm just like, maybe not. Maybe not. Or at least it's not my thing. Because I mean, really, if I see behavior like that, it's pretty easy to just go find a spot, log out, find a different official server to play. So really, the easiest thing to do in an environment where you see behavior you don't like is to change your environment, because People are very resistant to change. And they will not change just because you ask. Oh, I'm struggling here. Here we are. Unless they're very accommodating people. Don't get me wrong, very accommodating people do exist. But in online survival games like this, that does not happen a lot. The amount of times I have asked people to be accommodating and they go tell me in varying ways to go do something else or to go be somewhere else. That happens more often. Okay, that takes me around the edge. We've got rocks here. I'm lost in my own self-conversation, and I'm getting so high level that I'm not paying attention to what's going on around me. So, I'm gonna ground myself here with this quest. And I'm gonna try and get my brain back onto the dinosaurs. As you can see, this is a routine area where my brain just likes to wander. And I just talk about stuff. So don't worry. I'm not going crazy. Or at least I don't think I am. You can tell me if I am. It's okay. I'll accept it. But so far so good. What's the time on this server? Because I think, yeah, uptime, we've got, what, 30, 40 minutes until reset? Honestly, I might decide to try and hit a home cave and swap servers because this home, or not this home cave, this Waystone recharge quest is kinda hamstringing me on growth right now. Like, I'm getting 1 or 2 quests per zone, which I mean is great for my exploration marks because you know you see I'm going around, I'm doing a lot, I'm going places, I'm doing things. But at the same time, I'm nowhere near this Waystone, and it's preventing me from really completing more growth quests in these zones. It's kind of getting crazy here. Although this one might help. We complete the quest, leave the zone, come back, it might refresh. This might be a good take. A good little test for me to run to see if this is happening. We're all a little bit crazy. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. Okay, good. Okay, that did work. That did work. Okay. Alright, good to know going forward if I've got a long-standing quest like a Waystone recharge. Leave the zone, come back. Hey, we're solidly into adolescent now too. Look at it. Look at us. Look at us. We're doing so good. Now, admittedly, it does help to play with some semblance of self-preservation, which is what I'm playing with here. Because if I didn't have a semblance of self-preservation, I would have ran like head first into the middle of Salt Flats and been like, "Eat me!" And that would have been a little interesting. I don't think we would have lived through that. I think we would have died. But that's okay. You know, if somebody wants to play like that, it's their dinosaur. They can play like that. But I'm not. I might do that stuff once I hit adult. I'll be honest with you. Once I'm in a spot where I feel like I can kind of interact more with and not die in like 2 bites, 3 bites. I might try to do some peopling behavior, you know? Because people are gonna people. But for now, my focus is more on the growth here this morning. Oh, now, to let you guys know, I do have to make a phone call here in about the next hour or so. And then after that, I'm going to swap games to a different game because there's actually, there's something else I'm working on today. But I figured that I would let the morning be dinosaurs, because I love dinosaurs. I love Path of Titans. This is like my favorite dinosaur game. I have played The Isle, I've played Beast of Bermuda, I've played Path of Titans, and I've played other kind of like creature survival games that aren't necessarily like dinosaurs, but they're in the survival genre. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the one that I enjoy the most. So I figured I would share this one with you guys this morning and, you know, kind of just see where officials takes me. I think if I hit the shorelines, I can leave the point of interest temporarily. That would have given me Smite Me energy, yes. 100%. Smite me! This is exactly what I think of every time we cover this topic. Was you enthusiastically and passionately chanting "Smite me" when we were trying to test out the lightning strikes with that mod. That was hilarious. Which, let me tell you what, as an in-game moderation tool, I would not be opposed to use lightning in a disciplinary action. If we reached a spot where we had to punish somebody who was misbehaving so aggressively that needed immediate action, lightning is an acceptable response. I wish we... Yeah, could you imagine us having that back when we ran our other crazy server? We would have we would have used that. I guarantee you that we had people on our team who would have used that. I'm doing a dangerous thing here. A very dangerous thing here. There could be a Tylo in this water and I wouldn't even know. But it worked. The exact thing I needed to do, wanted to try, worked without issue. Yeah, because the server's going to reset long before this quest finishes. But we got our next quest. I don't think there's blood. Oh, I don't think there's bloodstones. Immediately finds bloodstones. You see how often I go over to this little peninsula in Rainbow Hills. I'm like, I've been here in this point of interest a good bit, but I have not been on this side of this point of interest. In fact, very rarely, maybe literally once or twice in passing, or maybe barely in like a migrationary or event type scenario. Okay, we need to conserve our stamina. We're about 60% stamina. If I had to run away from a carnivore right now, we would not be getting very fast or very far. It's like, again, I need some self-preservation here. I'm still a child. Must be mindful of the world around me, and technically even as an adult. I don't think a lot of people are going to turn down the opportunity to fight someone who's not paying attention to where they are or what's around them. Alright, but so far so good. We're approaching 25% of the way through Adolescent. Which is crazy that we've gotten to Adolescent in like just over an hour here, guys. Can you believe that? I can't. It's my favorite mineral water. The water of Rainbow Hills. Now, I have an opinion about Rainbow Hills. I think that this area looked more vibrant in past patches. And I kind of liked the vibrant color. I like that. I mean, I can respect that, they took it in a more earthy direction. Somebody else has been here. I didn't touch those. I can't be surprised. This server's got, what, 57 people on it. The real question is the safest way to get to Rockfall from here. Do I chance it? Do I swim over the open ocean channel? You know what? Let's do it. Let's initiate just a tad bit of risk here this morning. Let's risk it for the biscuit because admittedly, that's what we're here for. That's the entire reason we're growing an entire dinosaur on officials. We're here for a level of risk, some excitement. Because so far the most exciting thing has been scary sounds of adult dinosaurs and the passing by of other creatures like Megs and Aquilos. Not that I'm necessarily trying to force myself into a player interaction moment, because I will probably die 90% as an adolescent, if not higher. But hello, critter. Oh, I can interact with the tree. I can do the scratching tree. The marking tree. I love it. I love it. Please do not even begin to ask, like, there. That's about as much marking as I can realistically do to that tree. I heard that sound out there. That is the sound of the postal workers doing their work. That's a mountain. Oh my gosh, I almost threw myself off a mountain. Well, yeah. So far, so good. We're doing great. We're growing. Hey, the quest to do the thing that I thought wouldn't be done before the server reset, it finished. I can eat my words now. Here we're gonna crouch. We get quieter footsteps. We move slowly enough that we didn't really slide down that. Perfect. Okay, now what's the way? What's the way? Nothing along this immediate cliff edge. Yeah, because that's all rocks and we can't climb direct rock faces. Could you imagine a stego that could climb like a meg on the side of rocks? That would be kind of crazy. That would be some of the craziest stuff I think I'd ever seen in the world. And I thought I've seen some things, but apparently not enough things. You know, we lucked out here. We really, honest to goodness, did. I don't know how much Tylos or water-faring players use this area for transportation, if they even do. I think they're more focused on getting into areas like Grand Plains, or even Hunter's Thicket, which we completely bypassed, by the way. We completely bypassed Hunter's Thicket entirely. And Snake Gully. But I think we've done that for good reason. From what I remember about officials, those seem to be higher traffic areas. I mean, admittedly, Snake Gully was a much higher traffic area when it had a waystone. It no longer has a waystone, but I don't think that means people have given up on it. I think it just means people are there less? Question mark? Maybe less. I don't know, but that's okay. It's okay to not know. It's okay to wonder. We kind of have to have the skepticism and caution to be able to survive and grow here. I am very much more used to ruthless killing and death behavior on officials. So. I also haven't had global up at all because I can't block the chat and I don't want people to say things in the chat that would show up on stream and get me in trouble. Admittedly, I do have an overlay I could put over the chat. It's a critter! Bad critter. Behave. You know what? No, come back here. I'm not done with you. Why are you running? I know I shouldn't be chasing you with bleed. I know that's doing lots of damage to my health bar. But at the same time, I don't want you to keep hunting me. I need you to be dead. I need you to be dead. Okay, cool, it's dead. Alright. I need you to be dead. Yeah, that's definitely a sentence that I didn't know I would utter today. Admittedly, I'm going to be playing a much more violent game later today, in which I will have to kill enemies. So they will need to be dead. Okay. I can do that. I can do that. Oh, I can do that. That's a lot easier than it sounds. Only real problem, every player in this vicinity has this objective right now. But this is also as close to free marks as I'm gonna get, so I need to take this opportunity. A minute of growth, an entire minute, and 300 marks, oh my gosh. That's insane. You want to talk about growth opportunities right there. Growth and advancement opportunities. Let me tell you what, that's the biggest one I've seen on officials. Although to be fair, the exploration growth and marks have made growing dinosaurs on official infinitely easier. Because it used to just be quest. You would have to quest for all the marks and growth you ever had. To be fair, trophies also used to give lots of growth. Until people ruined that. I just like to collect trophies now. I just collect them and store them in my cave. Because they look neat. Alright, cool stuff. We are officially, what, 30% of the way through Adolescent? We're doing really well for ourselves here. I'm very happy with it. I think I'm gonna take, yeah, 41 players. This player count is going down as the server is ticking slower and closer to its... My goodness. Excuse me, pardon me, I'm very sorry about that. Closer to its closing in 7 minutes. I don't know where these hiccups came from, but I've definitely got them. I think I'm just trying to talk too much. Either too much or too fast. Although to be fair, my friends that I normally talk to would tell me, you never get hiccups when you try to talk to us, so what's going on? And my honest answer is, I don't know. It just might be a random hiccup. I'm hoping it is. You know, I have to tell you, I'm very much enjoying this lower whispery tone that I've got here. I feel like I've definitely gotten more out of doing this than I have anything else. It's like, I'm not going for the ASMR game, but I'm just saying. I could do it. Ooh, you know where we can go get some free growth? There ain't nobody in Mudflats. There ain't nobody out here. Guarantee you that right now. You want to talk about the one part of Gondola that's an absolute backwater and nobody goes here? It's the Mudflats. Now, I don't plan on questing the Mudflats. I'm literally just going there for the growth and marks. Because I'm not good enough. I don't have enough experience in the Mudflats to be able to tell you one way or the other where to find anything. Give me that one. Pivot is not worth buying. Neither is the second tail attack. I know, I've got some crazy opinions here with my officials, Stego. But so far, so good. Yeah, being able to turn in place quicker has never helped me as a Stego in any fight ever. I can tell you that in an honest sense. I'm a better snake than that one. Haha. Dude, these swaying in the wind just threw me. I'm like, wait, what's over there? Why are they moving? But yeah. Now this has been a really nice little run here. I think I'm gonna continue for at least another hour. So we'll continue after this server reset here that's on its way in 2 minutes. Tell you what, I have absolutely enjoyed having this little short run of like nobody messing with me. Because I'm not used to that. I'm used to officials being a lot more involved, is probably what I would use. But so far so good, honestly. And we just dipped into Hunter's Thicket here, that's perfect. Let's see, I need to take the way that takes me to the big pond in the middle. There we go. We navigated that without taking fall damage. I do not call myself an expert, but every now and again I do things that make me think, maybe I'm not absolute garbage at this game. We're almost halfway through Adolescent already. Dude, that is insane. I can't even. We do have to make it to a home cave, though, because I need to be able to apply that ability. We're not going to make it in 3 minutes. And that would be a very dangerous place to throw myself for a fresh server. However, all of the quests in Hunter's Thicket also take place over there. It's a very hard area to ignore. Which is why you'll oftentimes find people over there. Ah, I'm being guided by the rock face. Well, you know what, rock face? I appreciate you. You have helped me find the Path of Titans. No worries. No worries. I'm not going anywhere. This server's resetting in 2 minutes, but that doesn't mean I am. The stream will still be here unless my internet connection gets cut. It shouldn't be though, because I paid the bill. I lied, my partner paid the bill. I just contribute in a small way. Okay, time for some self-preservation time. We're down to 31 players. 31 players isn't 0 though. You could still run into somebody. Come on, brain, you know better. Rest at one of the waypoints. You know, me sitting on the edge of this pond is a dangerous proposition. I'm still clampable, I think. Yeah, this will be a good spot. We finish here. We finish this little survival quest. We fill up on water. And then we run into the woods for the next server reset. Now, to be fair, it's probably going to take us 5 minutes to get to the next server because it'll be syncing data for my Stego for a good solid minute, 2 minutes. Since we're not logging out in a home cave, it's not able to easily write that data. That's gotta be from Hot Springs. Please let that be from Hot Springs. Not that it matters now. Whatever server we get into next, we're starting with a full stamina bar. Alright, failure received, host closed the connection, that is okay. That's okay. Alright. I don't imagine it takes us long to find a different server though. Yeah, because we're in region auto mode. It'll just put us into a server. Yep, okay. Ah, they've issued an official up. I don't know how long it's said that though. They are not coming soon. You know what? I'm surprised. I did not think we'd be able to immediately hop on our Stego like that. Server's uptime is 11 minutes. Okay, bet. You know, we could reasonably swing the milk cap mushroom collection quest out here. Let's see, we have 44 players online. That's not bad. It is also an early morning on a work day. So I'm not entirely expecting 99 player servers to be around. But at the same time, 44 is not 0. And we have hit the stage of our growth where our footsteps carry now. They echo a little bit. So we really need to be careful. But yeah, no, I appreciate, everyone who's been coming in saying hi. I was not expecting this level of support and chat interaction this morning, so I just want to throw out a quick thank you to all of you who have stopped by this morning. It means a lot for, to see people pay me a visit, especially from my friends, because they're the reason I do this. To be honest with you, part of it is also the love of the game. One of my favorite games, if not one of my highest played games. And I am not kidding. Like in 2023, I put like over 1,000 hours in that year alone. It was kind of crazy. I haven't been able to track my time very reliably since then, but it's fair to say that over the 4 years I've been playing this game, I have amassed over 1,500 hours of experience. To be fair, the first like 25% of that experience is probably highly outdated. And the things I learned then outside of general survival tips are no longer accurate. due to like TLCs, game changes, map updates, what have you. So yeah, no, it's been pretty cool to see the game change and evolve over the past few years. It's been really cool. Oh, I like this. The forest here has a little level of fog to it. Some mist in the woods. Or is that just the weather type? No, it's just naturally foggy right now. Okay. Like, wait a minute. Do I know what I'm talking about? Apparently not. Do I think it's really cool? Yeah. Walking up a hill. Oh dear. Okay, yep. Understood. We're gonna walk up sideways. Got it. More survival tech from my gameplay over the years. If you start doing the hoppy hops while you're walking up the normal way, walk up sideways. Walk up backwards even. You precise move backwards up the rock. You can 10 out of well, you can 7 out of 10 times get over that ledge and up to the next level. Okay, we're reaching the spot where we're really gonna need our stamina because I don't know what's up here. And since I don't know, I'm not gonna assume. And because I'm not assuming, we're gonna be cautious. I always expect to run into either a Rex or a Titan, or just something big and mean that wants to kill me. Did you hear that? I'm not even wrong. Those are Apex footsteps right there. Those are Apex footsteps. Let's see, with that walk, I'm thinking it's either a Suko, a Rex, or a Titan. Stop it. We're gonna give ourselves away if we walk that loud. The only other problem I have though is that I can't walk that slow. I'm near a home cave. We need some level of urgency so I don't get the home cave debuff. Alright, time to risk it for the biscuit. So far, so good. It's like we've started on the sprint train, we can't stop now. No, we can't. It is full send o'clock. And by George, we made it. We did it. We made it to the home cave to put on our armor hide. Do I need the other diet? No. Do I need pivot? No. Do I even need my charge tail? I'm terrible with actually hitting this. So I'm gonna say we take the marks and we save it up for a skin. I don't know what kind of skin I want yet. Typically I go with this skin because I like it and I think it's cool. I'm not sure if I want it though. I don't know. Alright, there are no players near the home cave. Perfect. Okay. Well, you know what the other thing I've learned about my time playing this game? I have 50 seconds where I can do this and not take damage. Unless you try and fall into water. And I've discovered that I went a little bit too far down in my falling, but it's okay. It's okay, we can get back up. Just like that, we made it right back up the hill. There should be flowers here. Unless They've been collected. I don't think so. No, there's flowers over here. Okay, cool. Alright, then we will continue questing. But look at that. We have 15% more armor. And it reminds me of the Geico jingle where 15 minutes can save you 15% or less on car insurance, because that's just what pops into my head. But that's okay. You know what would be hilarious? I have seen so many ads over the course of my life for products and services. What was that? Is that a conch? That's what that sounded like. I'm just like, that's not a Stego. It's not a hat. Yeah, no, that straight up sounded like a conch sound. To be fair, my footsteps are echoing a lot larger than they used to. I'm gonna take the opportunity to eat from this berry bush while I still can, because you never know when you're gonna need the food. You know what? Leaf doesn't look too bad. Who knows? We might pick leaf. Tell you what I'm not going for. I'm not going for melanistic, and I doubt that I'll play for albino either. I've done that enough on other dinosaurs. I don't need to do it here. Man, we are going for this berry bush. Let me tell you what, we're probably a quarter of the way through it already. Go, berry bush, go! Oh my gosh, you know, we just made it like 48% of the way through a berry bush. You want to talk about a hungry stego? Look at me. Look at me go! We ate the berries! Well, now we also have to get the mushrooms, and it's gonna be okay. But first, a sip of water. Because I can feel the scratch. Yep, I can feel it. You know, as you can say, I have the gift of gab. I can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Oh, come on, let me... It is not worth getting stuck to try and get these, but if I can collect them... There we go. Okay, I haven't heard any sounds in a hot minute. Pine cones. Time to grab 27 pine cones. That used to be 35. They lowered it by one cluster. Just interesting. I don't know why they would do that. But I'm also not going to complain either. I don't claim to have insider knowledge. In fact, the closest thing I could ever have to insider knowledge is just playing on the public test servers. Or the Path of Titans insider servers where like they test the next patch on. Lakeweed. Alright. They said, we want you to run around the water. And we want you to see if you can collect those footsteps are not my own. No, they're not my own. We need to keep moving. Yep, keep moving. Don't stop. Nope, that's something swimming in the water. Which means it's either a Spino, a Sarco, or a Tylo. Yep, that's a spoon. The only reason you're walking at me is because you want to fight. And I don't want to fight you. I'm good. I don't need this. You're sprinting? You're using a lot of stamina trying to catch me. That's kind of funny. And now that I've made it this far away, you're not catching me. You want to catch me, and I respect that spoon, but you're not catching me. I'm gone. Go back to your water, friend. For I am already gone, and there is nothing you will do to find me now, spoon. Your footsteps should be getting... That is insane, dude. This spoon is committed. I don't know why he's so committed. He's gotta have friends. It's the only reason he's going so far away from that pool. Rest at one of the waypoints. Alright, the easiest way for me to get around here, we can stop here for a second. Get some of our stamina back. Yeah, dude is still actively pursuing. I couldn't tell you why. I'm not worth all this hassle. I'm really not. I'm an adolescent Stego. Those are separate footsteps. We need to break line of sight here. Dude, that spoon is insane. We hear him long before we see him. I'm more concerned about the thing I don't know. Yep, there you are. You're here. You're looking, but you don't see. I dare not make a collection noise right now. Are you drinking the water? You're gonna try and swim. He's gonna see me here in just a second. He hears the collection noise. Yep, he knows I'm here. Alright, well if he knows I'm here, he hears the other big footsteps. What are the other big footsteps? Oh, that is a bars. It is not an adult. That spoon's about to kill it. Okay, you're chilling with the bars. Interesting idea. He's in water. I wonder if he's got... There's a lot of things I don't know. But I'm going to assume that since he did not attack the bars, is that they're playing together. Or at least allied in some form of the word. Yeah, because I don't like that that bars is running over here after me. I'm good. Have fun getting up that hill, buddy. I'm out of here. I collected 7 succulents, and that's about all I'm gonna grab. There's only one reason you run at me like that, and that's because you want violence. And I don't want violence. If I was an adult, I would be in a much better spot. But I'm still very clearly a kid here. There's no way I could hold my own. Especially not against the bars. Like, no thanks, I'm good. Alright, well, I have pretty much escaped that. We are gone. They're not chasing me anymore. That spoon is not chasing me anymore. I got chased out of the hot springs of all places. I would not have had that on my list of things to have happened to me. Get the location and quest growth off of Sharp Tooth. Do we quest Desolate? That is the question. You know, I honestly don't see why not. This area is big enough, it's expansive enough. As long as I play it smart, I can get some marks out of this. Easy. Easy. I mean, there's even a full berry bush here where I can refill my food that I'm using. Not hard. Let's see, if they were still going to chase me, they're not going to run down this way. They're going to try and swing out left. Yeah. Even if they did try to follow directly behind me, it's going to take them time. Time that I can use to distance myself. I say that, but the flowers, dude, the flowers are back this way. Well, I'm determining that it's worth the risk. Here's a patch or two. Let's see, okay, that's 6, 12. Okay, we've got enough to do this. So you only need 5. Yeah, because 4 gets you to 24. And I had 6 here. Game, I need you to chill with that quest complete notification because it is too loud. It's loud enough to mask footsteps from other dinosaurs. The marking tree has given me 15 marks. We like that. We love that for us. Alright, we'll run up this hill, run left, grab our bones, and we probably have succulents next, and then we're done with this zone. And then we can attempt to traverse the marsh, which is an idea. It's not my smartest idea, but it's an idea. Okay. You know what? I hear the footsteps, but I don't know what's making them, and I'm not waiting around. Because both of the players that found me both decided to try to run at me. And I don't need that in my life. Good. is not necessary to see what becomes of us if we try to stick around. But hey, we've almost made it to sub-adult. We're like 3/4 of the way through adolescent already. It's kind of insane. No, 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 no. Did they move the boat? There. Okay. Alright, good. We're 21 out of 35, which means we only need 2 more clusters. Okay. Trying to think if there's an easy way to go. We can actually go back the way we came. Should be a safer bet than where we're at now. Because this is the main thoroughfare. Yep, this is the main thoroughfare. There's the spoon. I don't know where it's going. Probably going to the marsh, which would be about my luck. Ah. Yeah, it's headed to the marsh. It's stopping though. Fighting something. It just took damage. Maybe fall damage? It's an adult spoon though. I'm not trying to mess with an adult spoon. That's kind of crazy. That's crazy work. I say that's crazy work. Proceeds to run near where the spoon was. I'm sorry, you fell down that? How much fall damage did you take, guy? Not enough to make a death noise, that's for sure. There we go. We've gotten what we needed. I don't need to quest here. I don't... He's walking into the... There he is, I see him. Okay, yeah, he's walking into the water. He's doing his own thing. Which means we're chill. Do I want to try Savannah? Yeah, we could head in the complete opposite direction from him and try Savannah. I feel like that'll be a better bet. I could try this. I could actually swing these flowers. I know exactly where enough flowers are to finish this quest in a minute. There they are. Okay, we're starting to run low on water. Food, not as much. I don't need a home cave. That's footsteps. What kind of footsteps? Do I know? I don't know. I don't know, and because I don't know, we're heading back to a different water spot in Hot Springs. We're not adult yet. I'd be more confident if I was adult. Alright. We've overspent our stamina by 10%. I don't need to do that. That's a silly idea. Silly thing to do here. Okay, cool. We've got more quests we can do. Real question depends on, is that bar still here? I don't think so. I don't hear anything. In fact, I only hear myself walking around right now. That does not mean other things aren't here. The spoon has moved on though. That much I can confirm. Okay, I don't see the flowers there anymore. You know, maybe we might be able to. I was just thinking, I'm like, if an adult Sarco tried to come eat me right now, could I defend myself? Honest answer, doubtful. Doubtful. I don't think I'm in a spot where I can be clamped anymore. I think I'm big enough to not be clamped, but that's a ramp. Please, Mr. Ramp, I'm not worth it. You want to talk about things that I'm concerned about? A ramp flying around? It's like, no, that's a scout for a group. Because ramps can't eat other players unless they're already dead. And the only way a ramp is going to see another player dead is if they're scouting for a group. And I don't want that for me. I want to live. I want to live. Which means I need to not hyper-focus on the ramp. We need to pay attention to everything that's happening around us. Okay. That ramp is flying around. It knows I'm here. If I have to escape this zone, my best bet is into the forest ahead of me or to the left. To the right, it takes too long. I would lose a lot of stamina doing that. Let's see, where else could I go? That's a hat, okay. And a packy. Nope, this area has become hostile. I don't want to be here. I don't know what the broadcast call means to them. I'm definitely not clampable by a hat. But if you had two adult dinosaurs running up on me, I could probably take it. I would die. Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want that for me. Bad critter. Listen, I don't know everything that's going on right here, but I know enough to know that I don't want to go down there and complete the Salt Rock quest. That would be kind of rough. It's like, let's not do that to myself and say that I did. Oh no, that packy just got clamped. What is happening? You know what? I don't know. But they used... I don't know. I don't know. And because I don't know, I'm not assuming. But if they were trying to murder the packy, they would have just flown up in the air and dropped it. They used abilities to get some version of speed. So either I'm not worth their time, or they're like going somewhere else. Either way, not my problem. Stop moving. Those are my footsteps. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we quest here though. All of the quest items here, except for the succulents, seem to be on cooldown. Oh no, these branches aren't touched. Okay. Alright, now we can reasonably quest here. We're good, we're good. Those salt rocks were definitely stretched pretty thin, if not completely on a respawn now, since I just collected 25 of them. Okay, so far so good. We run back up that way, grab 2 clusters, and we're on to branches. Feels pretty good. Oh nope, hold on. We can actually finish it right here. And then on that next cluster we're done. Which works pretty well. Flowers. I don't think I accounted for flowers. Piano flowers. I haven't seen them. Which means they're most likely on cooldown. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that, it's okay. What we can do is we can actually just hit that berry bush down there. Make it back into Hunter's Thicket. I think that's the play. I like that idea. Because the spoon that was there is no longer there. In fact, we are well aware that that spoon has migrated onto Sharptooth and is just not in my area of concern. I have 0 concern for that spoon right now. But we're doing great. Guys, we're like about to hit sub-adult. Do you know how crazy that is? Does anyone know how crazy that is? It used to take like 5 to 8 hours to grow a dinosaur on officials. And here we are, like, kind of speedrunning this. We're doing really, really well. So I think we're going to acknowledge the progress we've made, and we're going to work towards making more progress very, very soon. I think that's the way to do it, because if we celebrate too much, it's how we get got. We gotta stay humble. Alright. How we doing, chat? Are we still doing good? Haven't heard anybody talk in a little bit, so I just want to check in. Want to see how everybody's doing. Make sure we're doing okay. Okay, good. Good, good. Chat says they're okay, then they're okay. That's what we want to see. Quest refresh. Perfect. I was thinking it had been a little bit since we've been here, and it's been just long enough, which honestly means if we wanted to, we could go exactly back the way we came, grab a bunch more marks, and probably hit a quarter through sub-adult. Alternatively, we can also attempt the nesting quests and get like a good quarter to halfway through sub-adult that way as well. And honestly, we pair those two things together and we'll pretty much be in a really good spot where we could hit adult within like the next 30 to 40 minutes. But first things first, we need to quest here and honestly get the location growth for Snake Gully just to hit sub-adult. That's the play. Oof. That was a lot of noise we just made. No, 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 you're good, you're good. Please, please, don't feel like you have to talk in chat. I just know it had been a while and just wanted to make sure everyone's doing okay. It's not very often I get 5 or 6 people watching my stream at a time. So I want to make sure that, you know, I'm not putting the chat to sleep. I mean, hey, if that's your thing and you want to fall asleep to people talking, I'm going to keep talking. I want to make sure I take care of the chat. So you're giving me your time and attention, the least I can do. The least I can do. Just make sure to check on you guys, make sure you're all okay. Hello? No, we're turning around. Titan and something else. And if they're screaming like that, it means they're, 1, together. 2, it means that they're basically just making a loud enough commotion to try and get people to go over that way. No, no, no. I don't want that for me. I could hold my own as an adult against maybe 1 Titan. I'm not even sub. I'm not even sub-adult. There ain't no way I'm holding my own against all that. If I was full adult, I'd probably be like, yeah, let's go check it out. Let's see what's going on. But no, not yet. I was right though. We pretty much need to quest this entire zone. What's the easiest way to swing location growth for Snake Gully? Without getting directly spotted, it's a long loop through the valley. And to avoid predictable approaches, we can't go directly through the canyon either. I wish that quest noise was honestly about a quarter of its current volume. Yeah, honestly though, that Titan's playing some good mind games. The broadcast call is a great way to lure people. Because what you could do, You pair that with a Rex, and the Rex is just crouched somewhere near the Titan, and the moment the Titan gets someone close enough to them, the Rex just springs. Well, there's whatever that is. I don't want that. I just want my mushrooms. And my pine cones. If I sleep, it'll be a miracle. But has happened. Oh no, what's Silver doing? Something's swimming in the water. Something's swimming in the water. For it to be big enough and making sounds, it's Suchospino duck. Sarco doesn't make those loud sounds like that. If I had to bet, they're probably in league with the Titan, if not directly coordinating with them. I don't trust things to be screaming for no reason. They know I'm out here. Question is, do they know what I am and exactly where? Because I'm getting larger. But I'm not quite large enough to be doing. Apparently her stream helps you sleep. Aw. Okay, there's something in the water. And I need lakeweed. So we've hit an impasse. Please let this be a player who doesn't try to punish me for questing. Sitting and sleeping next to the water, I 100% understand. It's the same spoon, dude. You really went in a big ol' circle. Listen, I'm not silly enough to have not seen you. So I'm putting you behind me. Big adult spoon, currently swimming through the water. If they're keeping up on my left side, it means they've got... maybe... This is not the behavior I expected from that spoon. You're swimming at me, dude. As an adult, on officials, if you're swimming at me, I'm expecting you to want to fight. The spoon is thirsty. You know what? To be fair, I get thirsty too. And you know what? I'm thirsty right now. So if you're over there, and I'm over here, I'm drinking the water, you're chill. Maybe they're sub-adult and they're questing for abilities because they've got a nice skin. And if they've got a nice skin, it means that they've spent marks on it. So maybe they're just questing for their skin, or for their abilities. Stop it! I wanna take the lakeweed. It's right there, game. Okay. Far braver than me. I don't do lakeweed quests on officials. You know, fair. 100% fair. But I'm too big to be clamped by a Sarco, because I'm about to hit sub-adult on my Stego. So this means that even if it was a Sarco, they can't clamp me, they can't stop me, they don't have bone break. The only thing that has bone break in the water is a Tylo. So let's see what yeah, That spoon relatively confused by my behavior. To be fair, I confuse myself on a daily basis, so again, fair. Now there's a Titan somewhere. Thank you for confirming your presence. I'm basically going to grab the location growth and marks, and we're skedaddling out of here. All right, time to leave. Yeah, I think we hit ocean pillars and then we just make our way south. This area is a bit busy for a growing stego. I'll grab the berry bush, maybe even the marking tree if I feel bold enough. But yeah, good morning, or hello, or insert time zone here, Pebbles. Happy to see you. Let's see. We're doing good on the marks front, we're doing good on the growth front. We can do it. Yeah, but if I'm gonna grow a if I'm actually gonna sit here and work on a nest, I don't want it to be where there's an active Titan screaming its head off. And those are adult Titan sounds. Like those aren't adolescent sounds. Maybe subadult. At least subadult or higher, and I don't want to take that chance. They're literally just siren songing their way through Gondola, and I don't want to take part in that. Yep, 15 marks for the marking tree. Alright, we have seen a bars, we've seen a hats, we've seen a packy. We've seen a spoon, we've heard a Titan, we've seen an Aquilo, that's a cliff. So far, mind you, we've had players run at us, but we have not been hit by a player. In fact, the only violence we have sustained this entire run was on the previous server reset where we had to fight a critter. And that's about it. We did also hunt an alpha snake. Oh, thank you. I thought I was gonna get stuck right there. I thought I was gonna, like, waste away. I was gonna starve to death, you know? Just become the next bone pile. The game calls it the marking tree, but I think that's a bit on the nose. Gotta get 100 for the viewing birds. I didn't realize the viewing birds gave so many marks. Impressive. Okay, self-preservation kicks in. I am in a sight line. Ooh, yes. We need to hit a home cave and apply that ability sooner rather than later. We need that increased damage from bleeding creatures. Because what do stegos do? They bleed. They hit things. The things bleed. I like to be rewarded for playing the game. But hey, you know, we're doing an amazing job here. Honestly, time of day has done more for us than anything else. And typically, this is not a normal day for me. Normally I'd be at work right now, but I took the day off. Needed just a little break. Just a little mental break from work. And I'm very, very fortunate to have a job with people that, you know, really respect and value that kind of thing. So I'm very happy about it. I've got a phone call to make here in about 30 minutes. But after that, I am game swapping and I will be streaming a different game. Pebbles, this means I get to teach you more about the Division universe and what that entails. If you want to stick around, of course. You don't have to, but I enjoyed telling you about it last time, so. That's an albino critter. We could totally get that one. Yeah, Pamelania, we could totally get that one. No, it's a Pamelana. There's no I in that name. No, that's... My gosh, those... I can't read, dude. I'm looking at that name on the screen and I can't tell if that's an N or an R and an I right next to each other. No, come back. I'm not done. You're not dead. You must be dead. I missed. I missed. Okay, okay. I have to be doing something. I think my trample damage is killing this thing, if I'm honest with you. I don't think my tail is even connecting. These hills are being weird. There we go, we actually hit with the tail. Bruh, where are you going? Come back, balloon, come back. Oh, fine. No way, you just skittered down that entire hill. No way. Excuse me, what? Oh, that hurt a little. Oh, that was painful. I did it. I trampled a critter to death. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, that was an experience. Quick, back to the ocean pillars. I actually want these pine cones. And I'm happy to share it with you. I'm happy to tell you all about it. But yeah, so they have an event going on in that game right now that runs until the 11th. The problem is I cannot participate in that event unless I clear the story of the expansion that it takes place in. So my big goal for today is to have a big, super big stream, and I'm gonna basically attempt to speed run this expansion. And I don't mean speed run like I'm gonna be using like tactics or anything to do it. I'm just gonna be like, can I clear the expansion content in a day, so that way I can take part in this event that they're doing. And I'm hoping the answer is yes. I want to be able to take part in it because I said I was going to stream the expansion, and I didn't want to go back on my word. So in order to do that and still participate in the event, I am streaming it today. Yeah, I think the only way that makes sense, right, is because it's content on top of where the expansion zone is. So in order for you to be able to take part in the seasonal, like, eventy stuff, you have to have at least cleared the story parts of the zone that you're in. And I'm like, okay. Oh, also, good news. We should be getting news here in the next month, roughly, about new content, and I think the next content update for the game, because they're including winter-themed content this year as well. So I'm excited to hear what their plans are for that, because we haven't had winter-themed content since the first game, and they stopped developing new content for that in 2019 when the second game dropped. So I'm excited to see what they've got going. I want to hear about it. I want to learn. I am excited. But for now, I think we hit, what do we use? Reeds, rocks, and roots. Oh, perfect. We could totally, you're insane, game. No, 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 no. You have given me a choice, and I am conflicted. Okay, I'll go for it. I will go for it. Well, it's the main story of the expansion, and the expansion's been out for roughly 6 years now. I'm not saying that it's still very fair for like new people who have played the game or are just like starting to play the game, but for people who have been around for a while, it unless you just weren't interested in the content, I think their expectation is that most people have cleared it by now. And I can only hope that they did their homework before they put it behind a condition like that. That's my only thing I have for them. It's like I really hope that they, did their research, like, checked their numbers, how many people have cleared this content, that kind of thing. Oh no, 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 you're good. You're good. You're good. I understood what you meant. I'm just trying to think of, how do you justify that in a player sense? Titan, are you still here singing the song of your people? Have you moved on? Because I would quest here. I could theoretically quest right here. Yes. No. Maybe. I can't tell. And I don't know. Well, I'm not close enough to hear them running around. That's for sure. 112. Hello? 112 players online? Did they officially increase the cap to like 200 on officials? Did I miss this? Like what? Do we have like admins in the server or something? Like I am confused. Nope, that's footsteps to my left. My level of trust is non-existent. Okay, we're escaping into... It's like, no, those footsteps are getting closer. We're leaving. Because I don't want to see what's coming over the hill. Because the fact of the matter is, I have the adult footstep zones. 125 person cap. Okay. Nice. That's impressive. I hope it runs well. I hope that means they're also considering supporting that for community servers as well in the future, if they aren't doing it already. Okay, that's wind. That's wind. But the other thing behind me was 100% player. Nope, that's a player too. I heard that. That's a bite. No, we need to get out of here. That's what we need to do. There's some kind of teeth to our left, some kind of teeth to our, oh my gosh, what is happening? To our right. We just need to leave. Game, I have walked up slopes steeper than this, and you have let me do it. Here's the hillside. Okay, perfect. Alright, we are out of here. We are out of here. We are going back to Burned Forest. I don't want to participate with the two carnies at the same time. No, thank you. Once I hit adult and we have all our abilities applied that we want, oh, that's why. That's another thing I need. Well, no, I'm not wrapping around. I'm not going back the way I came to try and get over this hill. No, 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 no. I don't mind going the long way if it means that I don't get got. Like, I'm good. I don't need that. It's okay. The quests have reset again? Did they change the quest cooldown timers too? I feel like that's a bit quick. Those are footsteps on my front to my left. Dear Lord. Alright, yeah. No, we're starting to hit main morning queues. About an hour ago, the other server that I was on topped out at like 50 something people. Do a sit. Get some stamina back. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. Yes, ma'am. Here we go. Consider myself hydrated. Yeah. Oh no. Got killed in a log once. My goodness. No. No, no. No, no, no. I'm good. Come on. I can make it to the home cave. No, no, no. I know I can make it to this home cave. Unless there's a hatch that tries to bite me right now. Nope, 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 nope. No, thank you. No wings, no wings, no wings. Alright, we pop a squat, get some stamina back, and we're good. Insanity. All of that is insanity. Ah, okay, cool. Alright. Yeah, so far so good. Do I really want... I mean, I could buy it, but I keep forgetting that you have to be in the home cave to swap abilities or at your nest. And I'm just like, I don't have it yet. I'll have a nest. To be fair, all the places that I've thought about putting nests are currently infested by other carnivorous beings that would eat me before I establish my nest. I don't want that for myself. The power of the home cave buff. letting me make it to the water and collect lakeweed. Lakeweed, where are you? There you are. And now I can take damage after collecting 10 lakeweed. Aww. Painting is fun though. I'm not very good at painting, but I can tell that it is something that, you know, other people enjoy and it's a great hobby. And there's so much creative energy there in painting. Don't mind me playing in the kiddie pool. Alright. Nothing changed there. Can I build it? Not a chance. I'm honestly better off trying to do that in Triad. If I'm being honest with myself. Because there's tons of reeds here. And I know there's mud. Nope, that's footsteps to my right. There's some kind of big carnivore off to my diagonal left. Which means the only way I'm going is either forward or backward, and I choose forward. Alright, so far so good. It's like, I would quest here. I wouldn't necessarily mind it all that much. But I'm not leaving myself open to be someone else's meal. No, no, no. No, no. Yeah. Ooh, well, hey, you know what? No, that takes time and effort too. Don't you worry. I have seen some impressive painting designs and art. To be fair, I could... No, not over here. I don't know that enough of the milk caps spawn on this side. Yeah. I am not disturbing a nest with one tail attack. That'd be crazy. I am many, many, many things, but deliberately crazy like that, I don't think is on my list. You know what? It's been a while since I've went down this one. Let's go this way. I like this way. It's a good way. It's a nice little scenic route. Okay. Self-preservation kicks back in. We can regenerate some stamina as we walk. You know, I'm like, yeah, it's a great scenic route. Fog. Thanks, game. Or rather, it's cloudy. So the game's like, we won't let you see very far. Because in clear weather conditions, you can see all the way to the end of Sand Caverns and into Big Quill. That's normal. But if nothing else, we get this nice little scenic view of the burnt forest. The trees, the rocks. It all looks very dull from here. Oh. Listen, purple, they've got some really nice purples in art. I do have to say. There are some near logs. Yeah, yeah. I haven't heard that Titan. That was either out here or roughly around here for a while, and I didn't want to run into its face. It was concerned about running into its face. So I'm still not adult yet, and even at adult that's a big swing because he's still in Apex and I'm not. It's like I can do it. I can. But I'm not there yet. If I can take a Rex, I can take a Titan. I just need to be adult first. Oh yeah, there's another rocky patch over here. These poor critters, I'm scaring them. Scaring all the... Well, I'm actually really glad that I can scare them. Flowers and mushrooms. Yeah, I mean, I can understand it for the Rex, because they've turned it into an ambush predator now. But for the Titan, the Titan's a pursuit predator. It should be making big, loud, clunky footsteps. Right, it is designed to run... Hello. That's a conch or a packy. It's not a campto, it's too tall to be a campto, and it's not hunched over enough. What is you? You know what? No, I care too much about what you are and not enough about my questing. Questing we must do. Because, see now, I'm big enough to look scary to other people. Which I hear that and I think that's hilarious because I'm not scary. I don't go out of my way to fight people and do stuff and, you know, murder for murder's sake. I try to play relatively tame herbivores. I try to play the relatively defensive herbivores, like this one. The kind where if people want to fight, we can fight, but it'll be... Yes. That was something flying. Or was that just this bird? You want to talk about some big camera zoom? This is some big camera zoom. Dun dun dun! Well, I don't see nothing. That is crazy. You're telling me I get a minute of growth and 100 marks for doing that? For standing still and making myself vulnerable, I get rewarded like that? Okay, game. Yeah, that's crazy. I did not think that I would have such rewards. Silly little lizard. Don't you know that's my tree? Oh well. I have been missing out on those marks, that's for sure. You know, you should be able to be eaten or murdered or something. You're just trouble, that's what you are. Hey, I got a ginger plant. Nice, I have been rewarded. Okay. Well, so far so good. So far so good. Yeah, this has been relatively just really nice. I mean, I've done a lot of the heavier lifting by avoiding zones that are crazy populated with people. Salt Flats is busy right now. Green Valley is busy right now. Good Lord knows, Grand Plains is busy right now. And there ain't nothing a solo Stego is gonna do against like 6 or 7 dinosaurs. Teaming up together. And it won't even be raptors, like it won't even be small stuff. It'll be like 3 apexes, maybe even 4 of like mixed carnivore herbivore variety. With maybe a small or 2. That's my expectation. Uh, the busy tone. We love a good busy tone. What am I doing? I know where the branches are. Yeah, we definitely have our own big stompies now. No longer the child we once were. Not full adult yet either, mind you, but we're definitely up there. Pardon me, my goodness. But we're doing great. Our skin's coming in. Our very monotone skin that I was hoping would help us blend in with our surroundings relatively well. Aww. But so far so good. More branches! Oh yeah, we just finished the branch quest. There's enough. We have enough. Ooh, now the challenge. I think they fixed these. Oops, either they fixed them or they're bugged. But what I've noticed is that the clams and turtle shells are no longer blending in with the beach. They stand out now. And I don't know why that's happening. I'm hoping it's a permanent change. But since I don't know, I'm just going to take full advantage of this while they're here, just in case it's temporary. Because for a good stretch here, they changed these to blend in and be dark with the colors of the sand. And nobody found a stick on the ground. Ha ha ha. I have never heard that song. But yeah, I'm going to take advantage of this while this is here. While these aren't specially colored. Because for a good long while, the turtle shells and the clams were changed to be as dark and have the same color as the dirt. I think they wanted to try and make the quest items like look more in place with the atmosphere of the area. But the result that the community took was that, no, they're ridiculous. We can barely find these. They don't stick out enough. It's a sound on TikTok, right? Listen, I don't really use TikTok all that much. I used to post on there every now and again because I made an account for my para, and I would just like post pictures of my para from the game on TikTok. But I really haven't done that in a while. I mean a long while. Like we're going on 10 to 12 months here, I think, if not slightly longer. You know what? I will look it up because I want to be in the know. I want to know things. I want to know things. I want to be hip. I want to be cool, like all the cool kids. Well, maybe not all the cool kids, because half the things that people think are cool are not really cool. But I want to at least have knowledge of things. So far, we're living. You know what? There ain't no way Tylo's launching themselves that far. We can take a short nap and get some stamina back. Or a short nap. Oh, goodbye, bot. Tell you what, the chat bot's working today. And I appreciate it. Oh, wait a minute. I have hit... Alright, chat. I have hit the time where I need to feed my cat food. And we have hit the time where I need to find a home cave and make that phone call. So our new mission is to find a home cave, put ourselves in it, and give an outro for this part of the stream. Just so you know what the plan is, in case I get derailed by what's happening in front of me. Oh. Goodness me. I've been awake long enough to be yawning. That's silly. I shouldn't be yawning. I haven't done anything crazy today. Nothing super strenuous. I'm just talking and sharing a game with friends. I'm not doing anything super crazy. Alright. To the home cave! You know, I just got scared of my shadow. I thought my shadow was another dinosaur for a second. Nearly jumped out of my skin and threw a tail attack. Alright. I know the way. Do I know the way to a I was about to say, do I know the way to a berry bush? I'm starting to get hungry, and then, well, here we are. We've done really, really well here, guys. Like, I'm not kidding. We went all the way from beginning juvenile to quarter of the way through sub-adult in one stream. We did phenomenal here. I'm very happy with the progress we've made. I will totally continue this later, even though I don't know when that was. Yeah, I don't know when, but don't worry. If you hit the follow button, you'll get a notification when I do it again. I promise. I normally try to stream on Wednesdays, so that's also typically about you know, a good date approximation of the week of like, hey, is Snake live? Is Snake streaming? Well, it's Wednesday. Let me go check. No, no, no. This is still doable. Yeah, yeah. Go over this top part, and then go over here. Yeah. Still works. Get scared of my own shadow. You know, fair, fair. Because that just happened to me. Now, what people may not know, you don't have to go all the way around this mountain pass to hit this home cave. Because I'm gonna walk. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going this way to the home cave because there ain't no way I'm walking myself all the way into Salt Flats to go get eaten by somebody else. It's silly. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. The rocks are throwing a fit, but it's okay. Bruh. Excuse me, I have stubbed my toes. I have stubbed my toes on the rock. And you know what else we're doing? I'm doing a big ol' sit right in front of the home cave because I need some stamina. Ta-da! The water meter is gone. We are dry now. And we get up. And we go in the home cave. Alright, my friends. I think this is a good spot for me to do the outro because nobody else can come in here. I want to thank you all for stopping by today. I want to thank all of the people, and I say all, I mean like there was a very kind person who followed, and then I met another person that I didn't know before who decided to comment in the chat, and it was very kind of them, and I appreciate it, and we had a good conversation. Very good conversation about dinosaurs. I'm going to take maybe a 15-30 minute break here, make a phone call, feed the cat, get some coffee, probably some water, and then I will be back streaming the Division 2 to go through the Warlords of New York DLC. So I'll be back relatively soon. You guys stay safe, slither on, my friends, and I will catch you in the next stream. Bye, everybody.